Alright, we are here with Progenitus in Standard Brawl. I don't particularly think Progenitus is a strong card. I know sort of 2.5 shotting your opponent is kind of cool, but this does die to board wipes, and they are all over the format. Same with counter spells. You can run Cavernous Souls. I think I am, yep. I am running Cavernous Souls, but that's... I don't know. It's hard to get this into play, really. But it is a 5-color commander, so you get to play all the other, good cards, not necessarily your commander. I want to try the domain cards, so I got like Herd Migration, Leyline Binding, Shadow Prophecy. I think those are pretty interesting. There isn't really any blue cards in here except 2 counter spells. There really isn't any red cards in here. It's hard to get 5 colors in a 60-card deck, while also giving every color a justification for its presence. So it kind of looks weird. I could run more board wipes. I could run more spot removal, but I want to at least try to get Progenitus in play at least like once or twice. So there's 2 of each basic, so I can explosive vegetation into basic lands consistently instead of having 1 of each, and then like your second explosive vegetation doesn't have 2 targets. That's terrible. That's why I'm not running Terramorphic Expanse, and there's an argument to not run Fabled Passage. I might take this out because finding basics with this takes away from my Circuitous Route kind of cards. But for now, I'm going to try it, because again, I don't expect Progenitus to be a lingering threat against most people. And yeah, a lot of mythics in here, because I got to have a high-powered deck if I have a arguably low-power commander. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay. So, black, red? So, I'm hoping for a few things here. Ivy needs one of those few cards. Again, there's not too many things in Standard. Looks like they don't have it. That was a decent draw. So, I'm going to do nothing? No, I can just play anything. It doesn't matter, right? I can also just Final Showdown. Yeah, we're going to try to just randomly Final Showdown. My opponents they only have Ivy in play. There's nothing I care about. Swinging for 2 is not how you beat me. Okay. That is a Rot Priest. Okay. Didn't expect that. Alright, so I like both of these. I think Liliana is slightly better, so I'll just play this. I won't block. Opponent just has literally everything. Of course they do. Now what? Well, now they can't swing with the Rot Priest. Oh, or they just have that. Of course. Opponent has had the perfect answer to everything I've played this entire game. Okay, let's play... There's no... I mean, This is an instant. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm still gonna cast it. I actually don't have any caves. I actually don't have any caves here. I might want to reevaluate this card here. I think there were caves initially and I took them out. Yeah, I took out my caves. Forgot to take that card out. I mean, it worked here, kind of. Not super efficiently, but it technically did something. And they finally don't actually have an answer. So now I'm just worried about poison, I guess? I don't think their last card is a counterspell unless they just drew it, so Portal could actually just win the game. It actually resolved. No way. Wow. I'll swing. I get to reanimate Rex Sage and probably just win from there. I can't believe I turned this around. That's kind of crazy. It did not feel like it was going to happen. Well, I've never played this card yet, but it's probably right to just bury treasure first. Split up. Put it to my hand. I'm not threatened by Ivy's existence, so... I don't think my opponent can beat Portal. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I guess I just kept playing things until they ran out of answers, which happened sooner than I thought. Given how the game was going, it's actually kind of crazy. They just completely ran out of answers. This is the main issue with Ivy in Standard. I actually just tried to make this today. Is you can't... There's not enough auras for this. There's like a fair amount of combat tricks, but you have to play like decent creatures next to it, and you really only have Llanowar Elves now in Standard, so it's kind of hard to get Ivy really going with the second creature. And if at that point, you might as well play like Malcolm, maybe? I mean, this has green, but still, it's a little hard in Standard to get this to work. Liliana, probably not good in this matchup. Just get rid of it. I would really like to play this, so I don't want to see a 1-drop. There is no 1-drop. Let's play blue. I would love to see their commander now. No such luck. This is still worth killing. I mean, maybe I don't have to. I don't see a big reason not to, other than just like play a tap land for the sake of it. We can just play a tap land, I think. Does this do anything now? It doesn't. It's just done what it's done. Okay, that's fine. Invasion is good, so fine. When am I playing Path of Exile? I did yesterday. I streamed it for 3 hours. Or 3 hours, I think. Alright, so this is a good split up, but I don't have double green. Double white. I think my opponent will still swing all out. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these two. You thought I was done with Magic? I thought I was too. I haven't played Magic in a week. This is the first time in quite a while I've played the game, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to... You can't just swap a game super easily, but I could just make a second channel. Might end up doing that. I also want to give the game more time. It sort of just came out, and it's in like a... It's not out all the way yet. Path of Exile 2 is still like halfway released. It's not out for like another 6 months or even up to a year. Path of Exile is only in an early access version, and I detest early access kind of things. It's just in earlier access than I thought. Okay, that's really good. It's not out yet. That's all I've got. It's just not out yet. I thought it was, and nope. Okay, so an army of 3/3s is probably pretty good here. That's very satisfying. Look at that. 7 mana, what is that, 15/15? This is probably a board wipe. Probably. Who knows? I'm only going to block with one. I'm not convinced. Alright, looks like I should have blocked with more than one. But fortunately, it really, really doesn't matter. Okay. Weird. That should go face. It does. So now I can't block. I take 2, go to 8. Reanimate random lifelink card. Actually cast Progenitus for once. Look at that. Huge. Well, Arabella is not exactly the deck I expect to blow up Progenitus. Okay, my opponent blows up Progenitus. Of course they do. Library or Command Zone? Oh, right, you can't reanimate Progenitus. I'm just dumb. It goes actually into the library. Fortunately, I couldn't reanimate it anyways. Let's take the 2/2 first strike. Why didn't my opponent choose 1? They would have kept their commander. Right? Unless I'm mistaken, my opponent would have kept this. Yeah, they messed up. They should still have their commander in play. They made a huge mistake there. Quite a costly mistake. Now, I don't think they would have gotten there because this is what I have in my hand, but they didn't give themselves that option. I just want more health, so I'm just going to put that there. Alright, well, now it's probably board wipe or bust. But yeah, I would have went down to 6 instead of, or 7? No, 5. I think I would have went down to 5. Wow, my opponent's, like, really still in this. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, they... they kind of need a board wipe. A 3/3 life linker is just a lot of, you know, offsetting life, and yeah, it's going to be hard to beat this in Portal to Phyrexia, right? The game sort of grinds to a halt if you don't immediately win and they untap with a card like this. It's very hard to come out of that. So, you're good to go. You're too good to ever be done with Magic. Well, I don't know about that, but it's like assembling a puzzle piece out of cards that are all like very, very good at dealing with me, so. Second black source would be nice. That is not it. Opponent already has Shieldred's Edict to deal with Progenitus. Of course they do. Oh, and the other hyper-efficient God tier card in mono black, as is tradition. Let's get rid of... Actually, not sure. I like my entire hand, so I really don't know what to take. I guess Essence Scatter, which feels like horrible, but I really like the rest of my hand. I'm not getting rid of Portal. And I could risk getting rid of a land, but that seems kind of nuts. Okay, well. I found my black source. I found it at a time at which it's too late. Now Shieldred just deals with Alcatraz here. There is another card draw engine. Whoop-de-doo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, I'm pretty sure it's Shieldred's Edict at the very least. I do get a land out of that, which is pretty decent. We'll say it goes to 7, 8. There it is. Yep, like I said. That is a profoundly good draw in this spot. So they play land, I lose Liliana, but I'm getting closer and closer to other things that are very good. I think I will be... Never mind. I drew the land. Alright. Portal to Phyrexia is extremely difficult for mono black to deal with. Like, very difficult. Sure. Technically can shut down creatures as I get them. Let's get this. Sure. I am going to bum rush this out and stop Vraska from existing. This has to be right. I know I can't reanimate this over and over, but as long as there's just anything to reanimate, I'm okay. But I'd rather them not draw cards. Like, ever. Okay. Is that mine? No. So, just face. I swing first? Yep. And then I destroy all untapped creatures. And we're back to being the one with the problems. That's funny. I guess I could have cracked the buried treasure first. Well, they're running out of, like, high mana value threats in mono black. There's not, like, infinite of that thing. I could recur the red overlord 3 times and maybe kill them. Actually kind of like doing that. Although this leaves behind a problem. Yeah, well, let's just get the white one. The tokens are pretty valuable in my opinion. But the 4 damage is solid. Alright, I can play Progenitus and not play another card. I kind of like doing that. Let's surveil. Another land, go away. Yeah, we can just run this out. If they have a sweeper, we're still just fine. Again, Portals of Phyrexia has not gone anywhere. And this will just keep happening to my opponent. I can actually shuffle this in my library and, like, never deck out, which is really funny. I can deny them ever flipping this, just keeping cards in my hand. Yep. Command Zone or Library? I think I'm actually going to do Library. I'm going to do Library. It's hard to recast it commander tax-wise, so... But this is why the red Overlord hitting them 3 times, I think, is viable. Because if they kill it, it just happens again. Maybe I should do that. I just really want the tokens, because the only thing they can do against the tokens is board wipes, where they could actually gain life against the red thing, so... None of it's super ideal. Wow, they got rid of that. That's actually kind of crazy to me. That is actually nuts. Wow. Let's kill this, and then just sweep the board now, because then this just comes back, right? That doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it just simply comes right back. Okay, we'll just do our own then. And... I want to discard the Journey to this. I could thin my deck of lands, though. Does that even matter? I feel like I don't need this Wrath of God. Let's just both have an Alcatraz this game. But thinning my deck of lands is pretty valuable. I hit the non-surveil one? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Of course. Of course. So we just simply go back and forth like this, and that is fine with me. I sack the red Overlord here. Opponent has top decked a removal spell. No surprise there. Let's get rid of... Well, I guess we just get rid of this. Technically, I would deck out first here. Technically. I will still just get lands out of my deck. I know decking out can happen, but my opponent's pretty close to not being alive anymore, so... That's fine, I'll keep that. Okay, what is the first chapter? Destroy a creature and then mill. Okay. Well, it would be ideal if my opponent stopped drawing, like, giga tier things. Let's push damage again. Because my opponent is actually almost just dead here. Let's see what's up here. Let's get that and Edict. 12 cards left. Let's swing. So they can go up to 9. What does this do? Discards 3, mills 3, so I can cast Edict, which I basically have to, so they don't gain 7. Play this, and then just discard that. 11 cards left. Oh, that's funny. We can keep that on top. It just gets milled and shuffled back in. Alright, Progenitus. The mill protection is real. The mill protection is real. and they're dead to the red Overlord. So I think there was... I could have ended this game maybe a turn cycle earlier had I reanimated the red thing, but this is mono black, right? It just top decked insanely well. It discarded this card, which is crazy to me. I don't know if I had an answer to this, if they just hard cast it, but I don't know if they were in a position to get away with doing that, right? They went the line of trying to get this going, which makes more sense, I think. It's debatable. Portal is still here, so staying at parity could favor my opponent long term, but Progenitus would more or less than not show up again and really put the pressure on him, because it does have protection, and that's huge. But you can see how mono black can just survive for so long. Well, I have a sweeper and maybe a way to cast it, maybe not. It's just black-red aggro with not really much else going on. This one. That is a green source. Yep, I mean, I just play the green card, the glowing card in hand. If it's good enough, I win. If not, I just lose. Not really any commentary. Just completely ignore each other. Another land. Sure. What? Okay. A little unusual there. Alright, look at that. My opponent actually conceded on the first board wipe. I would have expected them to at least keep trying. I mean, my backup, I'm making 2/2/1s is decent. Actually, my hand is kind of solid for not having much else to do. Yep, like I said, no commentary. I just ramp into a sweeper. If it's good enough, I win. If not, I lose. Literally nothing else. Welcome to Standard. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's that kind of matchup again. Maybe a bit slower, though. I don't think this is a negate kind of thing. Well, I guess it would have been. Let's play multicolored lands. I think that's probably just better. Wow, they just snap that right off. Let's play you and you. I've never actually played Relic yet. It's the first time I've got it into play here. Yeah, this is just like the black-red deck, except, again, probably slightly slower, but the same thing. It's doing pretty much the same thing. Yep, first thing my opponent does is a card draw engine, as is tradition. Should have played that pre-combat. Oh, I mean, maybe they didn't have it. Might not have had it in hand. Alright, so a white and just get a red for the sake of it. So I just have a red. So we take a big chunk of damage here, sort of, and then, I don't know. probably still lose due to card draw engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Portal, so they need to... Oh, jeez. Is this any creature? Ugh, that sucks. Yeah, that 1/1's gonna suck. Yep. Not very good here. Let's play... It's still Portal. Yeah, it's just still always Portal, I think. I can reanimate... I can now reanimate Toby, which is... it's not the worst thing I could be doing. That was probably the only thing I could have drawn. So, play continues. Mondrak is interesting, but no, I want this. So Cityscape Leveler blowing up the card draw engine is ideal. But maybe that doesn't matter too much. No, it definitely matters. Yeah. This is a problem. I need them to stop drawing cards if I aim to, like, stabilize and turn around and stuff. I can beat the Thousand Moon Smithy. I can beat that one. Can they flip it right now? Yes. But that I can deal with a bit more than them drawing cards. They also really want to deal with this Cityscape Leveler. And of course they do. Why not? Okay. More answers. Always nice. Let's get rid of this card here. I can sack things to Mondrak, but making it indestructible just doesn't feel like it makes any sense. I could still just be dead here. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. So block like that. Go to 1? Yeah, that's all I've got. Probably the Red Overlord. And I need my opponent to just stop having things. Overlord is very good here. And I can just simply cast this. There's no reason not to. and I don't believe attacking gets me anywhere. I'm on the cusp of stabilizing. My opponent needs to stop having cards, though, that are, like, good. Alright, this is a token, and a 7/7. Oh, of course. So there's certain things they don't want to kill here. They really don't want... Okay. I was going to say they probably don't want to actually kill that. Oh, that gets trample, though. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that gets trample. Can I... That's 14 in trample. This is 9, so this has to go here. Okay. Is there any way to go... No, there's no way to double white to pay for that. There's no way to do that. Wait, how did it still kill me? It was 14 in trample. Didn't I just block with 14? 5? What? Plus 8 was 13. 5 plus 8 was 13. Oh, no, I was dead. So there was no way to stay alive. There was no way to stay alive. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, they just got too much here. I almost stabilized, but again, like I said, the only thing that mattered was setting up a card draw engine. My opponent's drawing 2.5, 3 cards a turn. Nothing else mattered, right? If we were playing a back and forth where I could just incur value with Portal, I could stabilize, but they were just too far ahead by the time I dealt with it, and I couldn't find another sweeper, so yeah, super close though. Super close. Math is for blockers. This could be a useful Essence Scattered game here. We will see. Invasion actually... Invasion lines up pretty well, I think. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay. The Overlords are, like, so good. I must admit. I will have to Essence Scatter this turn, which I am totally fine with. And I would be blown away if they didn't play a creature, so... Oh, that's the worst thing. That's just miserable. Alright, I have to stick to my guns, though. Just gotta do this. Let's get a black, white. I could get a red. Probably white. Double white's probably good here. I don't really need red. This would be kind of okay, I don't know. How much does this cost to sack, too, so I can leave up Essence Scatter? I really want to play this, though. It's not like Essence Scatter will be bad later. Oh. Okay. I probably would not have done this. But it looks appealing from my opponent's perspective. I probably just wouldn't have done that. So red and black. So now I can cast Cruelty. They can blow it up now, though. They can actually blow this up, too, because it's an enchantment. That's unfortunate. That's certainly something I would rather not see. Okay, let's... Edict or Migration? I'm gonna actually... Forest, Island... I don't have a Plains. Okay, this leaves up Essence Scatter. And gets rid of Lauren, which could survive, save my... Overlord. I mean, it's a symmetrical effect. Doesn't feel neither good or bad when that happens, really. Just depends on the situation, I guess. Okay. Let's counter that. Let's play... Actually, let's play this. There's no way this is wrong. Although, Cruelty could also be good, but this is something my opponent will want to deal with as well, so... That is not really the best answer, like, at all to that, but it kind of works. It's not the best thing you could do. Definitely not the most exciting. Okay, let's play... I could just recast it. Yeah, I don't see how that's wrong. Well, Okay. Cruelty is just problematic for my opponent, I think. I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Please have a creature in hand. Yay, look at that. So I can tutor a sweeper, take some damage, probably stabilize. That is not what I want it to see, but I guess it's kind of okay. Just a little bit more damage than I was planning on taking, but I guess I'm not technically dead. Go to 2? Oh boy. So, Virtue gains life, but I need a sweeper, don't I? I don't have a sweeper. I need one. So, how many white sources do I have? Just... No, I have 3. I have 3. So, Day of Judgment. I go to 1? Oh, this is just... No, I can... I think I actually have to do this. Yeah, I have to do this here. And then go get rid of the Skrelltide. I just have to do that. I take damage every time they play a creature, but that's not lethal. So I go to 2. Why do you have haste? Why do you have haste? Oh my goodness. Stabilizing here will be difficult. But not impossible. I'm going to play this instead of Portal. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't want them to clone something next turn that will just kill me. And if all they do is play that next turn, I'm fine. This has to be right. How many hasting flyers are there? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Oh, that's so bad. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. That's the only card in Standard that does that. That's disgusting. Really, you have an answer too? Is this good? No, that's not good. They found the land. And that. Of course. No, why not just have a massive bomb in your hand? It is trample. So if I swing... I think I just have to swing to make more tokens. I think I just literally have to swing. Can I play this without pinging myself? Yes. I draw nothing. They probably should attack with the Phantom. Oh, they don't. I think I would have. Again, safe to attack with... Okay, let's play this. Not much reason to play anything pre-combat. Let's swing with... I think swing with Progenitus is a huge mistake, so... we just swing with this. Okay. Okay. I probably would have blown up the ley line binding. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Oh my goodness, they conceded. Wait a minute. 3 creatures, I swing all out. They go to 10. They have 10 life. They can't block this. Block. Block. 2, 4, 6, 8. They're not dead, right? Flying, double strike. Okay, never mind. They can't block this. It's 12 linear. So my opponent was done. They died. I actually killed my opponent. This is unblockable. They don't have a flying blocker. This is 12 plus 10. They're just dead on board. Wow. That's crazy. What an insane way to stabilize past that. All of this was because of that flicker spell. Where is it? This thing. Oh man, this card almost got them out of it, but it didn't. We finagled that so tightly. That's crazy. That is crazy. Sweet game. I mean, at that point, it could have been a spot removal spell. Yeah, this could have been something better. Okay, so surprisingly was good. Progenitus did actually matter in some games, right? Your opponent needs a board wipe or an edict or something. Otherwise, it just sits around. It does also shuffle into your library, so it is sort of difficult to deck out. It's still pretty easy to deck out, but it's kind of funny. There's some strategies where shuffling it back in actually mattered. It's a very strange thing to say. It's hard to recast Progenitus, and if it wasn't good the first time, it's kind of hard to make it good later. But it's just a funny angle. The red options are usually your weakest in those slow, big decks, right? That don't want to go crazy fast and all that jazz. Because red likes to be fast, and if you're not trying to be fast, well, you can still use Lightning Strike and 1-mana burn spells, but there's just better options in the other colors. Green kind of glues everything together with its efficient color fixing and ramp. So it's hard to not play a green dominant 5-color deck, really with any commander, even like Golos, right? That's sort of colorless at the same time. But you really just want green to color fix you and ramp you at the same time, just like Arcane Signet style stuff. I will say you don't want Llanowar Elves in a deck like this. That's certainly a trap. You're not really ever consistently playing it on turn one, and even if you do, blowing it up later is a horrendous feels bad, so you really don't want any kind of mana dorks, in my opinion, if you can get away with it. And you certainly can. Relic of Legends doesn't have a lot of things that untap it, so this probably could have been a better mana rock, but I don't know, it's still fine. It's just a card that I never hate having in play. The Overlords are awesome. I personally don't have the blue or black one. I would not run the black one, but I could maybe see myself running the blue one, but it's not as, in my opinion, not as good as the ones I had in here. Definitely going with the green, black, white kind of thing was the best, like an Obzon, with like blue and red being a little bit on the sideline, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. No 5-color deck is like truly flat balanced amongst the colors. Each color needs to bring something very good, otherwise you could just not run that color outside of like 1 or 2 very good cards. So I don't like Essence Scatter. That was probably a mistake because I have a lot of answers for creatures already, and I have like sweepers and spot removal. It could just be a more generic answer, like a Disdainful Stroke, or another spot removal spell that just kills a creature, or Hero's Downfall, which is more in one of my main 3 colors to deal with a resolve threat, or a Planeswalker on top of it. So, excuse me, I don't think Essence Scatter was a good idea. I did like Herd Migration for both sides of it. Totally solid. Actually, all of the domain cards were pretty neat. There was another one I was looking at, but after looking at it for longer, I'm like, I don't know, because it costs 5. And sure, it's kind of cool to like draw 2 cards a turn without losing life or anything, like a Phyrexian Arena, but it costs 5 mana and is a little bit more vulnerable because it's an artifact. I don't think this is better than Phyrexian Arena, and I don't think Phyrexian Arena was the right idea here because double black early is kind of hard, and it gets in the way of other things you really want to be doing on turn 3, which is like a ramp spell or something like that, even casting a sweeper sometimes, or whatever, like split up. So that one wasn't super big on my radar, but something to think about. If you're more in on the domain, you could run even more Surveil lands that have the land type. I do like the Pain lands. I think those are just awesome. I think I actually had all 10 in here, yeah. 2 of each basic, so my ramp spells could at least soft guarantee that I get Progenitus. I can't get blown off of double basics, right? But there's an argument that, like, you could go down 1 island, 1 mountain, and up some more Surveil lands and multicolored lands, Fabled Passage, right? There's certainly something that could be done here, but I never truly felt color or mana screwed. Well, mana screwed is different, but I never felt color screwed with the lands I was playing, right? And we don't have Triomes, right? We don't have Triomes in Standard, and I still felt fine. I mean, Magic the Gathering in general is at a point where it's kind of hard to get color screwed if you just build your mana like situation in some ideal fashion, and we certainly did. So I liked my domain package there. I would never be upset with more board wipes. I was happy with the threats I had, ones that are hard to deal with, ones that are very good at like being things to come back with Portal, and the other random thing, Virtue, just really, really, really good there. But yeah, I'm sure there are like 5 cards in each color, including like multicolored cards, that somebody in the comments would be rather upset that I did not run, that I could have ran. I don't think I like Leyland Legal Pack, but there's certainly, like, if you just go card to card, there's only you only have room for 60 cards, right? I can't make room for everything, and I wouldn't say I'm too big on the giant planeswalkers. Honestly, even Liliana felt like because having Portal and Leyline, Virtue, be very good at recurring threats is good. You can't recur or reanimate these. I don't like the big mill black spell breach the multiverse kind of thing. It's a little swingy. out of cards in my deck. It's decent in my opponent's, but it can be swingy, and I'm not super stoked about that. You can put Progenitus in your... I guess that works. I think it works. You could put it in play before it shuffles itself back in. But there are certainly a bunch of, you know, quirky, cool, big, multicolored mythic creatures or giant funny spells you could run that I was not running. I still don't like River's Rebuke. I'm not sold that that's a very strong card in Standard. It is in Historic, but here in Standard, not really. So, you know, this would have been interesting if I could find more 3+ colored cards. I mean, even as is kind of cool, right? It's like, all right. Madrotha seems kind of interesting, too. So there's certainly things I could have done and just chose not to. And I wasn't upset with the list I had, so I'll leave it there. Let me know what you thought about this list. Let me know what you think about Progenitus in general. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.